Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today we are driving the brand new Honda HR-V Facelift 2025 model, which came with a few changes which I talk about in a separate video, in the review video. If you want to see a static video, interior exterior changes, technical data, definitely check out that video. In this video we will focus on driving. I will drive it, I will explain you how this hybrid system works. It's a special hybrid system, very interesting one, where the petrol engine is mostly act like a generator to send the energy to the battery and also to electric motor to power the car, but also at medium speed it's able to drive in petrol with the petrol engine. So I will explain you as we go in the video. Very beautiful car. I really love this blue color, blue dark color. I think it fits fantastic on the car. This is the advanced version that I have with me. It's not top of the range version this time. It comes with 18-inch rims on all versions. It's just depending on the design. You have 3 different designs to choose. Also the front fascia, the grille, it's a little bit different. The bumper, the headlamps, we have Matrix LED adaptive headlamps, pretty good. I will have a night video where I drive the car in the nighttime, so check out that video to see how it looks. Otherwise, ventilated brake discs on the front and on the rear, normal brake discs. They have changed these tail lights on the rear, so it's quite different, but otherwise in general the car looks basically the same. 18 centimeters the ground clearance, which is great for the driving in this kind of situation like we will drive today in Romania and Bucharest, where the roads are not that good. You really need the ground clearance a little bit higher, and this HR-V it's perfect for this type of roads. And by the way, if you want to see the car, if you want to drive the car, if you want to buy it, hey, you can check out Honda Nord in Bucharest. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. They are very nice, they will help with everything, so definitely check them out. Good. This is the keyless entrance, of course. You can lock the car here, electric folding mirrors even on the advanced version, and you can put the hands here, and it works very fast. The keyless entrance on Honda work extremely good. This is the interior. Very nice seats, very comfortable, a combination between textile material in the middle and this ecological leather on the side. Side support, manual adjustment, normal pedals. Here you have a few buttons for parking sensor, traction control, and the trunk. And then you have a lot of physical button. The practicality in this car and ergonomy in this car, it's great. Here is the start-stop engine system. You have blind spot technology. The great part is that Honda bring on their cars a lot of safety features as standard, and also on this advanced version we have heated steering wheel, heated seats, we have climatic system, we have adaptive headlamps. It comes with all the safety features like emergency brake, lane assist, autopilot. You can adjust it from here. I will show you in this video. We will go on the highway how it works. It comes with Apple CarPlay wireless, but Android Auto with cable. You see I have connected already, but I will take this out because we don't need it. I will leave the navigation. For more detail, I have a separate videos. If you want to see more detail about multimedia and interior and space and so on, definitely check out that video, because in this video we will just drive it. Good. Some space here. They changed also the center console a little bit. Before it was closed, now it's open, so it looks much better, much more practical. Physical button plenty here, auto hold function, electronic handbrake, downhill assist, different driving modes here. You can switch between different driving modes. So we have Econ, we have normal. Let me show you. So we have sport, normal, and Econ from Eco mode. So we will try all and I will explain you how they work. We have some pedals behind the steering wheel. From here basically you recuperate, you change the level of recuperation, and the car comes with 4 levels of recuperation. How you do that? When you are in drive mode, in D, is not working. It's just rolling, it's normal driving. If you go in B mode all the way down, then you can change between 4 levels of recuperation, and you can see it down there, the M. So yeah, I will talk about that also as well. Otherwise, I think this is all. You can adjust the steering wheel manually, up, down, left, right. Great visibility around the windows. I want to give you some technical data before we start driving. It's a front wheel drive. It comes with a 1.5 liter petrol engine, 4 cylinders in line, plus 2 electric motors. The maximum power, it's 131 horsepower, 253 Newton meters. It comes with an automatic transmission, e-CVT, top speed 170 km per hour, 0 to 110.6 seconds. Consumption around 5.4 liter. We will test in this video as well. CO₂ emissions 122 grams. Fuel tank 40 liters. Weight of the car 1,380 kilograms. Pretty good. It's pretty light. ground clearance 18 centimeters, turning circle 11.3 meter, independent McPherson suspension on the front and semi-independent on the rear. The price start at 30,450 and it goes all the way up to 36,250 euro for the top of the range version. More information, definitely check out the review, because in this video I don't want to lose too much time. What I do now, I want to reset the consumption and then we will start driving. So we have trip B, keep in mind, trip B, press it, reset it, and done. Let's drive it. Now I will put it in D mode and I will show you how it works. The D mode is just, you accelerate, you release, the car is just rolling. So nothing happened, you're not going to recuperate. You're driving like a normal automatic transmission car without any hybridization, if I can call it like that. So it's just rolling. If you put it in B mode, it's a different story. In B mode, now the car is just like, right now it's just rolling. But if you go to level 3, 4 and 1, then you have rolling, more recuperation. So you can play from here, from those pedals. We will do that. So I will leave it in B mode. B mode is like my favorite. I always like to drive those hybrid or electric cars with recuperation. It's much more easier because you use just the acceleration pedal. Most of the time you can anticipate the traffic and it's much more easier. First impression when you're driving, I really like the steering wheel. It's quite special, it's small, it's nice, you have a good grip, and I can say it's super assisted, so don't expect to be assisted. You still have to turn. You have a feeling very similar with what you have on Mazda cars and on other cars, and on the previous version the same. So it's not big difference here in terms of feeling. It's not very assisted. It's more realistic feeling added to the driving. Now the cool thing is that I can switch to see also the power flow that show us what happened with energy in real time. So you can see when the car is driving in electric, when the car is recuperating, when it's using the energy. And I try to explain you a few things as we go in this video. Over the bumps, the car, it's set up to be comfortable. So this is not a sporty car by no means. It's more like a comfortable family, relaxing to drive car. The suspension are good. I love the way they set it up because it's the way it should be. Very comfortable for a car like that. And you can see even here going over those bumps, it feels really good. The sound from the articulation and from the suspension, it's minimal, and you feel like the things, the articulation there are good quality. And I will show you one more time. You don't hear too much noise from there. Hear this out. So you hear it's pretty good quality, and they are pretty soft, so you don't have a stiffer feeling, like a sporty feeling. That's something to keep in mind. Another thing, how the car work, it's like that. You have one petrol engine and two electric motors. One motor like a generator and one act like a proper motor that can drive the wheels as well. And at low speeds, up to 50 km/h, the car will drive mostly only in electric mode, if you have enough battery and so on. But even if you don't have enough battery, the car will still drive at low speed in electric mode, because the motor will act like a generator, will run, will charge the battery, and it's able also to send the energy to the motors in order to drive. And if you go between 50-60 km/h to 100, around there, where the engine is the most efficient, so at the speed where the engine is the most efficient, then the car will switch to drive in petrol mode, right? So you will drive only on petrol, and the petrol engine will move the wheels. But exactly when it's the most efficient. So it has a very intelligent computer inside that choose this type of switching while you're driving. But when you're cruising, when you don't use too much power, then the petrol engine at higher speeds will kick in. But mostly for here, around here, we just drive in electric mode. You see right now we are in electric, and even if the petrol engine is on, because we don't have energy, like right now it's on, right now it's running just to send the energy to the electric motor, and the electric motor will move the wheels. if that makes sense. I hope you understand how my explanation. And then if you go at high speeds, over 100 km/h, high speeds, then the electric motor will run as well again. So at high speeds it's run on electric. Only the medium speeds will use the petrol engine. Otherwise it's pretty pleasant to drive, and I would say it's pretty compact also in the city. I love the fact that you have a tall driving position, so you're sitting quite high on the ground, so you have a good visibility. You feel like you're in an SUV, and that's a good thing because you have lovely visibility around the windows. The A-pillar, it's quite small, so you see great. You have good visibility in the mirrors. Also in this mirror up here in the middle, you have great visibility. So I would say around it's great. Brakes and pedal feel good, very well built. So you can see you have here auto hold. You can also turn it on, turn it off if you want from here, very simple. Right now we are in eco mode, by the way, guys. So from here you can switch between different driving modes. And yeah, otherwise everything else, I think the buttons and everything else, everything it's perfectly positioned, so you can switch the settings extremely easy, and I like that a lot. That's a good ergonomy. The screens are also pretty good positioned. Probably this one in the middle should be a little bit tilted to the driver, that would be much better, but it's fine. I mean, you have good view around the car, and also in the multimedia there. It doesn't come with double glass, by the way, it's single glass, but the insulation at low speeds in the city, it's quite fine. And also, as long as you don't push the acceleration too hard, you're not going to hear the engine revs, because you have this e-CVT transmission. When you try to push it hard, when you ask for energy from the car, then you will hear the engine revs a little bit harder. You probably heard that before, but only when you try to push it really hard. As long as you drive normal, you know, like smooth like that, you won't hear the engine too much, the petrol engine, and everything will run pretty smooth. When you are in eco mode and you accelerate, you press the pedal, the car of course give you the power pretty slow, pretty smooth. But if you're switching to sport mode, for example, you immediately feel how the pedals become more, look at this, it's more sensitive, and it's respond much quicker, and it gives you more power. And also the engine will try to rev a little bit harder, so to give you a little bit more power. But I love the difference between those eco mode and sport mode. I love the fact that you definitely feel the difference in pedal and in response of the car. So the setup, it's quite good. And driving in sport mode, you can also drive dynamic. You can cross pass other cars, so it feels nimble. Also in curves, it stays pretty good. You have also side support, quite nice. And it feels quick. In sport mode it feels much more nimble, much more quick, so that's quite pleasant. And if you go back to eco, again, you press the acceleration, it's more flexible, more smooth, more slower, it gives you the power. And in normal mode it's somewhere between those two. Now from here we can play with recuperation. We have less like rolling, and we have maximum recuperation. It's not as strong as an electric car, but it's pretty strong in order to somehow anticipate the traffic and recuperate some energy from before. But it's not very strong, and it's kind of normal for a full hybrid to have this level of recuperation. Climatic system, it's on level 1. So we leave it like that for the whole trip to see the consumption. and inside it's a good temperature, even though outside it's quite warm. It's summer and it's pretty hot. Otherwise it sits good on the roundabouts. Great visibility from above. Here you have good visibility around you, around what's going on, left and right. Now here I want to show you the autopilot and cruise control. You can set it up from here, just very simple like that. Let me go lane assist, cruise control, set it up. Where is it? Yeah, you have to go in D mode. In B mode is not working, by the way. If you want to use the autopilot, you have to be in D mode in drive, not in B. So that's something to keep in mind. Otherwise, it's doing a great job, and it comes standard on all versions. Even on the most affordable version, it comes with this lane assist and autopilot system. So it can accelerate, brake, keep the distance in a very well way. It's the same system as Honda. Use it also on other bigger and more expensive cars. And it's working great, and it shows you also in the front what's going on. It stays between the lanes, accelerate. You can choose the distance between you and the car in front from here. Very simple. So you can minimize the distance, or you can leave it farther away. I recommend you to leave it the farthest, so you keep a distance between you and the car in front. And you can see right now it's still driving itself, still stay between the lanes, and it doesn't bounce around. It stays pretty clear, pretty good between the lanes. There is the blind spot view. Now driving at 100, you don't hear too much noise. Sound insulation, it's pretty fine. You hear a little bit of noise from the tires, but not too much. So up to, I would say up to 110, 20 km/h, it's pretty good. Over 120, you start to hear some wind noise from outside, because the car doesn't have double glass. You start to hear some wind noise from outside, but nothing crazy. If you hear music, probably you won't notice that. And you can see now the autopilot is still working. I like very much the fact that I have a very good visibility around the windows and around the car, and I feel like I have a pretty good control, sitting a little bit above the road and not down on the road, and this is something that I like. Suspension and overall feeling, it's fine. It's pretty fine. We will go also on the other side, try to drive a little bit faster to see how the car will react at higher speeds. But at this kind of speed, I will say it's relatively fine. And also right now in this moment, you can see that the car it's driving electric. If we go a little bit slower, then the car will drive with combustion engine. So depending on the speed that you're driving, the car will switch between electric and petrol. So depending when it feels is better for it, it will use electric, or it will use the petrol engine. So I will try to. Right now it used the petrol engine, and it's sending the energy there. Interesting. The cool part is that as long as you don't push it too hard, you don't know, you don't feel when the engine is running. When the look at this, it's just start the engine, but you don't notice at this kind of speed. You don't notice when it's running the engine, when it's stopped, when it's on, when it's off, because it's always switching. Choose more recuperation, but I still have to use the brakes in the end because it's not very powerful. But it's fine that you have some levels of recuperation that you can choose from. And as I said, around the corners it sits quite well, because you have also this good setup of the suspensions. They are set up a little bit to the comfort, not to sportivity, so they are kind of 70% to comfort, 30 to sportivity. So, but you have overall a good comfort and good ride also when you go dynamic. Let's go in sport mode now. I switch to sport mode, and I immediately feel the car, it's a little bit more responsive, and the pedal is more sensitive. So look at this. If you need the power, you have it. Of course, it's not dynamic. You feel that in the curves. It's bending. It's like, yeah, moving a little bit, but not too much. I mean, it's a pretty good comfort, pretty good stability and dynamics for what it is, this car. But you definitely feel when you try to push it a little bit harder that this is made to be comfortable. And this is how it sounds, the engine, when you try to push it harder and push the floor down, push the pedal to the floor. But yeah, if you drive normal, you won't be notice that. Plus, Honda said that on this new version, new facelift, they improved the sound isolation and the engine is not so noisy. And definitely I can feel an improvement. Also, in terms of vibrations, it is an improvement, so you don't feel so many vibrations like before, and also you don't hear as much sound as before, as on the previous version. So from this point of view, I think they improve it at around 5%, 5 to 10%, around there, which is very good. I mean, this is what you should do on a car that was sold in Europe. I think it's the most sold Honda in Europe, which is very good. Now, crossing other cars, no problem. In terms of power, you have more than enough. 120. From here on, you start to hear some noise, some wind from outside. But up to 120, I think it's quite fine. And right now we are driving. Yeah, right now I don't know. Now the engine is off, now it's on. Just sending the energy to the wheels. Now it's recuperating. Yeah, it's hard to tell when the engine is on and off. So in general, yeah, I would say it's quite good setup. Quite good setup. Quite smooth. I think they improve also this transition, because sometimes you barely notice when it's doing the transition. I can say it has also good stability at higher speeds. We will go a little bit in the city also to drive to see how it's reacting. You can play from here with recuperation, no recuperation, more recuperation, and then you just accelerate and release, and then you recuperate all that energy back into the battery. And you can see right now we have almost 80% battery, I think around there. So we can go switch back to eco mode, and I can still use the brakes a little bit, physical brakes, and the pedal to gain more recuperation. Now at those kind of speeds, we drive only in electric mode. Most probably from here to the end will be only in electric mode. Pretty smooth and pleasant. In terms of steering and feeling, it's very similar with Mazda, and also the steering will have some very similar feeling added to it. It's not very assisted, but it's not also very strong. It's quite easy to control the car, and it has a feedback to the wheels more realistic. And right now we are in eco mode, but yeah, it's interesting. The suspension are set up to be comfy, more comfy, but the steering wheel it's somehow set up to be a little bit more sporty. So suspension more like 70 comfy and 30 sporty, and steering it's more like 60 sporty, 40 comfort, something like that. But in general the setup is good. Why is that? Because it feels great also at high speeds on the highway, but also feel great in the city. I mean, feel pretty good. It's a good compromise between those two, going over those bumps. Again, very good. I mean, the suspension are good. I like it. I like the articulation and then the way it feels. I like the seats, the position, and the smooth linear acceleration. It's very pleasant. And I like the fact that most of the time you will drive electric, and Honda claimed that up to 80% of the time in the city you can drive in electric mode, which is very good, because you drive more economical, more silent, more pleasant, and you have also lower emissions. So in the city you want to have a cleaner air. So yeah, where is it? Oh, and this is also placed perfectly here. Perfect place for the hazard light. And I love this kind of situation like we are now, right now, because I'm a little bit above. I can see what's going on. I can see the cars that's coming. I can see what's left, right from above, really clear, and that helps you a lot than being down. So yeah, I guess this height, it's perfect. It's exactly what it's supposed to be. And big mirrors, good visibility. You see how smooth we get over those. Very smooth. And even over those bumps, small to medium bumps, is doing a phenomenal job. I have to go on this first lane, second lane, because we go on the roundabout in front. I think this is it's a good all-arounder. I think it's a great car also for the city, and also pretty good when you go at long distances, holiday and so on. But mostly it's an amazing city car. Good turning circle in the roundabouts, good view. Go in the parking lot. We park the car. I want to show you how you can park it. And I want to show you also the cameras. So going in the parking lot, put it in reverse, very easy. And you can see this reverse camera. This car, this model, this version advanced, doesn't have 360 degrees camera, but you can go for the top of the range version to get 360 degrees camera, which are much more nicer, much more advanced when it comes to cameras and view, and you can see a little bit better what's going on around the car. But here you can basically see anyway pretty clear. You can move those cameras so you can see a different angle, but in general I would say it's quite fine. Put it in park, electronic handbrake. Let's see the consumption, that's the most important part. Go to home, go to second page, trip, and we go to B. We have 5.1 liter consumption on our trip, right? So almost 20 kilometers. Pretty good. Pretty good number. And I think I can get even better consumption now. The climatic system is running, so that's why we use more. But not only that, but it's also very hot outside, 25 degrees or maybe 30, even though pretty good stuff. I would say I really enjoyed driving it, and I think this car is extremely efficient, and I think you can get even better numbers than what we have right here. But anyway guys, that was the test drive with this new Honda HR-V Facelift 2025. If you have questions, ask me down below. I will be happy to answer you. If you wanna buy the car, see the car, test drive the car, if you're in Bucharest in Romania, definitely check out Honda Nord. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. They are super nice, they will help you with everything, so definitely check them out. Lovely car. Definitely don't miss out the full review. I have a separate video on my channel where I show you the interior, multimedia, space. I will show you the practicality and even more information that in this one. So thank you for watching, stay safe, and we see you soon in the next one. Bye guys.